With martial arts, you'll find there are two schools of thought. There's engineering, and then there's the art. So a lot of people, because this is how their brains work, especially in America, is they struggle with martial arts because they think everything is A plus B equals C. It's like doing their forms. Like if I hit here, he'll move this way, and I hit here, he moves this way, and I do this and I do this. And so people practice those repetitions to believe that that's going to work. What I generally find is that almost never works. But people like it because it makes them feel safe, because they have something, right? If someone punches at me with X, I have Y. But that's not how it works. You can always tell the style, because some styles have a tremendous amount of techniques where they learn 1 and 2, and they're very specific and they're very absolute all the time. And that's the engineering mind, right? They're going to learn 5,000 techniques. Other styles, what their concepts are very simple, is it's a concept. If this is not a move, this is an idea. As you grab me, this could be a move this way, it could be a lock, it could be a trap, it could be a strike, it could be a lot of things. The move isn't important. What's important is the concept and the movement that's important. That's the difference between martial engineering and a martial art. Most people don't practice martial arts. Most people practice martial engineering. For me personally, especially on my videos, because I get these comments a lot, where people expect me to do things a very specific technical way that they learn them. But what you'll find under stress, that doesn't work. If he grabs me, and I was taught very specifically that I'm going to do this and put this on, that's great. But if I do this and he moves, I have to flow and change and adapt. And all the time with his movements, no matter what happens. And let's say I went to put it on and he says no, and he went to punch me. Right? I have to have that ability to change out of it. Martial arts is not A plus B equals C. Martial arts is whatever happens in the moment happens. And it's a very difficult concept for people to understand sometimes. Don't get me wrong, you need to understand these basic things over and over again to give you a framework of how the system works. But once you get by that, what happens is if he starts working with me, whatever you start playing with all the time, experimenting to look to see what different things you can do without having a preset idea, that's what you want. You want to go from those preset ideas of engineering to that flow of the art. If you understand and the art doesn't always look pretty, because when you do things statically, everything looks technically sound and perfect. But fights are sloppy and ugly, and people are swinging and flailing, and people are getting pushed around, and your ability to just kind of weave and move and get back to your position and structure so that you can do your work is really important. Don't get fooled with that. Like a lot of people watch video and they see perfect form and perfect technique all the time. They try to emulate it. Again, in class when you're doing static work, that's fine. But in real life, that's not going to happen. Do your best. If you're in a system of 8 million moves and you can't seem to do them when you're flowing, there's a problem. Instead of trying to go in your mind and say, okay, I'm going to apply this move, you have to learn to feel where the move fits. You have to pay attention to your opponent, see what he's giving you, and see what's available for you to work with. Instead of me planning what I want to do, I want to see what I want to do. I want to feel what I want to do, and it has to happen in the moment.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I think you'll find these next two very helpful in your training.